anything that...
Boo.
Oh. Hold up. Oh, fuck, I didn't mute. Hold up. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna keep the background music. What the fuck is this? I'm doing something still. What? Oh. Oh. I am so special. Twitter is so weird. What the fuck? There we go. What? Okay, whatever. Okay. Let me keep some background noise before we continue. Hold up a second, because I need something like very old school, but at the same time very modern. There we go. Hello, everybody. Fun has arrived because I am here, even though I have been super scuffed right now. So we're going to be doing some art while we talk. I'm going to be teaching some basics when it comes to art. So for anybody who is interested, get your pencils out, I'm going to do it digitally, of course, but it can be applied to paper. So if you guys want to start joining in what I'm going to teach, well, feel free. Okay, I'm teaching A's because let me go ahead and undef it real quick. Hold up a second. All right, I'm back. I was in the starting screen. So yeah, let me check my chat real quick. Hey, somebody! Welcome, Azzo. Welcome, Death. Welcome, Nugget. Thank you for joining us today. Now, you may be wondering, Rina, why do you have a PNG today if you're doing art? Easy explanation. I have a display tablet, so that means that I draw on top of the screen. So that also means that I'm gonna be like leaning down, and unfortunately the camera does not track that low. So that is something that I'm gonna have to be dealing with throughout the whole stream. That's why I decided to change into my PNG. But yeah, here we are. So another disclaimer. Usually I use Clip Studio Paint because ever since I got it, I have not used Photoshop. But my hands are not steady enough to draw, very shaky. Well, I'll be honest with you. That is a very good.
Oh, the buttons that I. What? Hold on. What the fuck?
Now that's a very good enough reason to not risk it, but at the same time, you get that better as time goes on, because I had very shaky hands when I was a teenager and I was drawing, but as I kept growing up, I kept studying my hand little by little. I started developing some tricks here and there, and it got better. So although it's a very valid reason, don't let something like that stop you from trying something new. But yeah, like I don't usually use Photoshop. It's been a while. I'll be honest, I don't like the blending. I don't like the blending in Photoshop. It's horrible. But the reason why I'm using Photoshop is because Ace just got his drawing tablet, and he's gonna be learning art alongside with me until he eventually also gets CSP and I can teach him CSP. But today's stream, we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics as I keep teaching. We're going to be touching the topic of faces, and specifically anime faces, because again, like not a lot of people do realism.
I feel like it's such a huge jump for me, though.
Not
even a jump. Like I haven't even really started.
I'll be honest with you, since you already got over the hardest part, which is the eyes, you're going to be just fine. And I'm going to also like teach you the correct structure of how you should do the faces. Like even if I don't use them myself, because I don't use the correct I'll be honest, the way that I draw, it works for me, but there's a lot of people that would have an aneurysm if they see how I draw. But don't worry about that. Believe it or not, it's a very simple, since we're focusing on the face, we're not going to go past the neck. Doing this is going to be actually very, very simple for you. So it's just a matter of going for it 100%. For me to actually teach, I'm going to teach you how to do faces with a kind of like a model canvas, but you can do whatever canvas you want to use. I'm just going to use it because we're going to be using the symmetry tool, which is going to make it even easier for you. You don't have to go over things twice. All right. So, okay. So I'm going to open this one. I'm going to create it real quick. There we go. Of all the V artists I follow, I know only one that makes life portraits. Yeah, I'm staying away from that. I'll be completely honest. I don't like, I really don't like drawing realism. It's so accurate, and if you fuck up anything at all, the portrait is instantly fucked up. And I may be talking out of my tattoo artist's head right now, because with tattoos, you gotta be perfect from the get-go. But I really just don't like realism whatsoever. I'll keep my stylized anime style. It's like, you've seen it with my model. My model is kind of like anime, but at the same time, it's like in between anime and Western cartoon.
Oh, wait a minute. I realize what feels weird.
What the heck? What happened?
My tablet is extending to my second monitor, which I don't want. Hold on.
Oh. I mean, oh,
When
how did that
I
even
updated
happen? Oh, okay.
because I updated it and the hold on.
Oh yeah, terrifying yet incredible. Yeah.
Monitor. No, don't not fucking goddamn it. Just, okay, only on the second monitor.
Also, I'm gonna be using a lot of shortcuts. And to all of you that are trying to learn alongside Ace, right?
Oh, here's I found the pressure curve. It's in the. But I think I'll keep it how it is.
Okay. All right. So, I will be. This is probably gonna be the very first VOD that I'm gonna download right after. That I'm gonna be downloading right after the stream. And eventually, posting it immediately. The last one that I did last year that I said that I was gonna post, I haven't done it yet because I needed to edit one specific part out, and I haven't gotten the motivation to edit because I am terrible at editing. I'm not gonna lie. But this one in specific, I'm planning to make it so that it doesn't need to get edited whatsoever, except adding maybe music or whatnot. But other than that, I'm planning for it to be like one and done. That way, like, if you guys want to go back to something that I'm teaching, if you want to try it yourselves at some point, you can definitely do so. Or if you got people that are interested in getting into art, you can also show them this as kind of like a beginner's guide on how to do certain things when learning art. Right now, I'm just waiting for Ace real quick. Are you set, baby?
I'm good to go.
Okay, perfect. Also, before we start, today is Ace's birthday. So, chat, if you can, please wish him a happy birthday. That way, like, the love is spread all around. All right. So, do you have your canvas ready and everything, baby?
Yep.
Okay. So, if you use the brush tool, so for brush tool, you press B. I know that you already know this, but for the sake of the stream, I have to explain it.
I have it. Yes.
Okay. Oh, Asa wishes you a happy birthday. Birthday.
Hey.
So when you have the brush tool, you're gonna see kind of like a butterfly. It's kind of like a butterfly symbol at the top. That will be your symmetry tool. Okay. You click on that, and the one that you want to use is the vertical symmetry. You click on it, you extend it.
Oh my god. Yeah, what's up, Death? Thanks for 300 birds.
Okay, let me move this real quick. What is the exact? Is that the exact? I think it is. Whatever. If it's not, whatever. Nugget also wishes you a happy birthday.
Hey.
All right. So we're gonna do just a face. So that's gonna be super easy, super simple. First of all, you're gonna do a layer just for the basic skeleton sketch. I call it a skeleton because it's just the very basic shapes that you're gonna be using. So
I need to see what you're doing. Hold on.
let me share my screen. Hold up. Let me share my screen.
No. I'm gonna open your stream.
It's gonna be delayed though.
What?
Yeah, it's gonna be delayed. That's why I'm saying let me share my screen. That way you get to see it as I'm doing it.
It's not gonna be that delayed.
You think so? I still shared it just in case. Just in case.
Yes. Oh my god, it's gonna be so
There we go.
complicated.
I have more painful glavenesses to kill. Bye. All right, good luck, Nugget. It's only painful because you somehow managed to reach it and kill it with Defender gear. Well, there we go. Oh, thank you for the shout out. There we go. That's exactly what I like. All right. So, you already got the symmetry. So the symmetry, when you click on it and try to activate it, it's gonna be more like it's gonna have a few like points. that you can definitely drag to extend it. That way you can see the middle line that's going to activate the symmetry. And that's what you want to basically like fix. Let me
hold on.
Trying to move it so that it's right in the middle.
This is.
I think that's the okay. So I am trying my best. It's gonna be 1 pixel off because it's an even number, so that's gonna be annoying.
Oh my god! Why does Opera do this?
What happened, baby? What happened? Show me what's going on.
I can't have what I need to look at open all at once.
Okay.
And also worry about what's on my screen because I can only use display capture.
Oh dear. That's damn it. I mean, can you not have like Discord in one screen and then the rest like I mean, I don't know exactly how you have your setup, so I'm kind of confused.
I have something else bothering me as well. This is not such shit timing.
No way. You spin my hair right round when you go down, down. All right. In the meantime, let's just keep talking a little bit while Ace fixes what's happening right now. So I didn't do any tattoos today, and I posted this on Twitter, but right after work, I went to get myself some ice cream because I was just craving it, you know, the typical, like, I feel like eating this and I'm going to go get it, right? And for some reason, the heaviness of not getting any clients today, not tonight, but it kind of like vanished with it vanished with the ice cream. Like, as I was eating the ice cream, it just vanished. And I felt so happy. And I'm like, yeah, I like this. And that's why I posted it. But then after I finished eating the ice cream, I was like, I want to do it tomorrow again. And this is going to be dangerous because, like, it's like $5. Like the Sunday that I had, it's like $5. And I cannot be spending $5 daily. I physically cannot do that right now. So I'm here like, shit, I like my ice cream, but I need to save money. Fuck, taxes really fucked me up. But that's a topic for another day. Man, being self-employed is just so rough when it comes to money. Taxes really fuck you up. It's the best.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to like guess what you're doing.
For now, the only thing that I have done. Do you want me to close the shared screen in Discord?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, for now, I have just put the symmetry tool. So if you're gonna look at the top,
that's what I did that.
Yeah. Okay. So just get any space, like any at all. And we're gonna start sketching out a circle. Okay. That's gonna be the very first thing that you want to do. You want to sketch out a circle. A circle. So since you're using symmetry tool, it should be very easy. You just do it on one side, on the side that you feel the most comfortable with, and the symmetry will do the rest. Again, since it's a sketch, it doesn't have to be like perfect lines. Just as long as it looks like a consistent circle, it's gonna be fine. I have so many subscriptions. I'm spending like $30 per month on them, and I don't even have $30. What the hell? How are you making that happen? How are you making that happen? Oh my god! Honestly, I wish I could make a little bit more money so that I can start doing subscriptions and whatnot. Because I want to subscribe to so many people. All right. The after that circle, what we want to do, so this is the right way to do it. Okay, we're gonna be doing a line like way past the circle, but touching the very end, the lower end of that circle, and just extend that line just past the thickness of the circle.
Wait. Say what now?
Okay, you have the circle, and what you want to do, you want to draw a line. You want to sketch out a line. You know the a line connecting the bottom of that circle.
Connecting the bottom to what?
Yeah, to the line that you're going to be drawing.
What?
Hold up. Let me do this. let me share it with you so that you can see it. Hold up. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Go ahead and
that's what I'm gonna
on Discord.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I want you to do. We're basically kind of doing the beginning of an onk, but instead of a like upside down teardrop.
Fuck.
What do you mean? We're here. We're
here. Share your screen.
Okay. See, that's exactly what I was telling you. We should have done that. Oh, the perfect song right now. Hey, shorty, it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. I'm gonna leave that on there so that you can get to see it from time to time. Okay. So today we're gonna be doing a male face. Actually, like since this is gonna be a very simple one, because like doing faces is really like once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard to do. All right. Let me know when you're done doing the line. We're going to be doing a male face first, and then I'm going to teach you how to do a female face.
Can I do a straight line?
Yeah, just a straight line.
No, I can't do a straight line.
Oh. It takes a little bit of time. To my viewers, I am so sorry. I do play with the sliders a lot. I move this quite a lot. So you're going to see a lot of shaking, a lot of,
that's good enough.
Okay. So since we're starting with a male face first, we're going to do the chin line. So basically you want to do another line just a little bit lower. Okay. I do the male faces a little bit elongated because I inspire my males very much on bleach style. So if you want to do it a little bit closer than what I did, you can definitely do it. So as of right now, let me do another layer right here for what I'm gonna write down. So as of right now, we have the circle, which will be the skull. This is gonna look kind of funky if I do that. So we got the skull right here, right? We got the cheekbones, the cheekbone line, right?
Oh, hold on. Axon, wait.
And then we got the chin line right here. I did that. Oops. I keep fucking it up. Okay.
That's when you know the song
There we go.
Rats by
All right.
Ghost.
We'll be looking. Okay, Nugget. All right,
I
guys.
made this like 2 years ago. Listen.
Huh?
Oh, you haven't heard? Okay, well, you'll hear the song, and it's yeah.
Oh. All right. So we got the skull, which is the circle. We got the cheekbone line, and we got the chin line. So these are actually very important when you're learning how to draw, because this is how it's gonna make it or break it for you. So let's erase all that. Let me fix my eraser real quick. There we go. Also, like, you're gonna see that it's gonna change without me doing anything, without me going to the side, and that's because my pen, it has kind of like the button behind it so that it works kind of like an eraser from a pencil. So I'm very happy with that. Now that we have the skull, now that we have the cheekbones, and now that we have the chin, we can start connecting these these 3 lines. Oh dear, that's a lot of emotes. What? Oh my god, that's a lot of emotes. That is so fun. I just realized that you guys are seeing my handwriting, so if you ever meet me in real life and you see my handwriting, you can call me, you can tell who I am. Wow, my eyes. Oh my god, we're having an emoji war in my chat right now. I just started it, and you know what, I'm down for it. So we're gonna continue. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take from the corners, the side corners of the, I call it corners, but they're not, because a circle doesn't have corners. There's no war. I've given up. Nah, don't give up. Try doing your worst. So from the sides, you're gonna connect. You're gonna make a diagonal line from the circle down to the cheekbone line. Like how?
Okay.
Like the diagonal line, you slant it as much or as little as you want. Just try to make it make sense as much as you possibly can. And then from the cheekbones, we're gonna do another diagonal line towards the chin.
Okay.
Basically like that. Again, this is just a very rough one. So if the shape that you're seeing, you're not liking it that much, you can always erase it and do it again. I've been doing this in the wrong layer. Nice. That's okay.
You have like a, like the Dark Souls, like like the Dark Souls message, like bonfire lit kind of thing. Have a I guess button or redeem to make it say like wrong layer in that font.
I don't have my redeems yet. Actually, that's a very good idea. I gotta write it down so that I can add it. I really want to do that one now. That way, when I'm doing art streams, I can spam the whole wrong layer thing, because I'm always doing something in the wrong layer. That any artist, like, you guys understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So the next step, like, if you fix the, I don't know if you can notice with my,
yeah, maybe.
So if you notice, I did my cheekbones a little bit lower, because it makes a lot more sense that way. You don't necessarily need to. Again, as you're learning, you're also trying to do it in your own personal style, what looks perfect for you. In this case, this way, mine at least, it looks perfect for me. We're gonna do the neck, and from there we'll go into the next step. So for the neck, something that I like to do, if it's a male neck, it's a lot thicker than a female's neck, and we're gonna see that when we start sketching out the female's face. So some people draw the neck for the guys from the very line that we did the cheekbones for. But I don't like doing that because the guys that I do are not that bulky.
I'm not Corey Taylor.
Okay. In that case, you can either do it from, that the line that connects the cheekbone to the chin, you can do it from the very middle of it. Oh shit. I don't know what I did. But you can do it from there, and it's actually a very good size.
Should it be like curved?
Believe it or not, it does have a curve. It's just that it looks kinda, yeah. But it's not like the neck is not like curved. It has a little bit of curve, but it's not noticeable. So
This is starting to look like a Titan helmet from Destiny.
It does. It just kind of. Let me see yours at the same time. That way I can. That way I can see.
The I guess it's not as long as yours.
That's okay. That's okay. I just want to see it to see if there's anything I can help you out in the moment. That way I keep track on what you're also doing. Besides, again, like this is what I learned back when I was in college. So
yeah, there we go. I think that's good.
Let me see.
Should I connect the chin here?
Where? Wait. I don't see anything.
On my stream?
Oh, I'm not checking the stream. I'm checking. I was waiting for you to share it through.
No.
But okay, hold on.
I have so much stuff open already.
I'm gonna hear you double, so I'm gonna try my best to freaking. There we go.
Just
all right, there we go. All right. So the neck. All right. So you're spreading it outwards a little bit too much. Try doing it a little bit straighter, because believe it or not, like if you extend it sideways, if you open it up at the bottom, unfortunately, it's gonna look like you're like a bra, like very bulky,
like that.
Just you can do it a little bit thinner, just straighter, exactly like that. Yeah. That's basically what you want to do. I'm gonna have to keep a very close eye. So since we're doing just the neck, we're gonna connect the neck in a triangle at the bottom. All right. So what you want to do, you just want to use the corners of the very corner of the neck and just connect it at the bottom, and that's it. That's gonna be your base for. That's gonna be basically your base for what we're gonna be doing. Let me double check that. Okay. There we go. Perfect. All right. So now that we have the basic, the very basic skeleton of it, we're gonna add a couple more lines so that you kind of get to know exactly where certain things are gonna be. Okay.
That's a joke.
Let me see. Hold on. All right. So from the chin line. The cheekbone, not the chin line. From the cheekbones, we're gonna do kind of like a third. We're gonna do another line cutting a third of the circle.
Okay.
Right? And this line over here is gonna be.
Oh, there it is. I didn't have the brush out.
So that line is gonna be the eyebrow line. Basically meaning that whatever you're doing when it comes to the eyebrows, it should not go past that line. All right. From there as well, let me erase this real quick. So from there, what you're gonna do, we're breaking this. Well, it happened to you too. So from there, what we're gonna do, we're going to do a triangle, and this triangle is going to simulate the nose. Now, the thing is that when you're drawing, you want to start by breaking everything into very basic shapes, because believe it or not, the face does turn into very basic shapes when you simplify it hard enough. And the nose, it's basically kind of like a diamond slash triangle, depending on the person. I normally use it as a very inversed diamond.
Okay, well, here's the thing though.
Shit.
Here's the thing though, because I know how much freaking detail you put into noses.
You can do it in your style. That's okay. But I need you to know this, because you need to place the nose perfectly in order for the rest of the face to look proportionally okay.
Right.
So that's exactly what we're going to do. Like, I'm just teaching you the basics, and then from there you do it in your own style. So we're going to get just a little bit higher than the cheekbones. And we're going to do, like, if you want to do it as a triangle, do it as a triangle. I did it as kind of like a diamond. And that's going to be the very center of your face. And from here, it gets only easier. Yeah. Why does it get easier? Because from the very bottom, from the not the bottom, from the very top of the nose, you can throw a line. That's going to be where the lower lid is going to sit. And then, depending on how big or how small you want the eyes to be, you can draw another line underneath the eyebrow line. And that's exactly where your eyes are going to be. And now you start seeing how it starts looking a little bit proportionate according to your style.
My style that is not yet defined yet.
Exactly. But this part is specifically, it's going to help you out a lot in developing that one style that you really want to go for. Because since you already got the basics of how to proportionally make a face, everything after that is going to be easy peasy. Now, after that, I'll be honest, the mouth, I do it a little bit weird, so I'm just going to do the very basic shape. Like, you don't want to go too low, but you also don't want to go too high, right? So you're basically going to do that. Wherever, you know, wherever it fits on your face, that's basically what you're gonna do. You're gonna choose the middle line, not too high, not too low. So not too close to the nose and not too close to the chin. And then you're gonna do kind of like the where the lips would be. Of course, with what you want to do, the lips are not gonna be there that much, but I do lips, so for me, it works better if I do that.
Draw a straight line.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for you to do it. What happened?
Nothing. I'm just shit.
Okay.
I think that's where I did it with the. Okay, that's not at all where I wanted it.
Let me double check real quick.
So what I did was I actually disabled the layer with the like circle and all that stuff and the lines, and just like did it based on where I put the nose.
Okay. I mean, for that one, it actually looks.
Oh, here, let me bring back Nugget. There we go.
There you go. From what I'm seeing right now, where you put the mouth, the line of the mouth is actually perfect where it is, because it falls right there.
Yeah, before I put it lower because it looked right where everything else was, but yeah.
Yep.
But I disabled this layer and then just put it based on where I put the nose.
There you go. Okay. So, are you ready for the next step?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna do another layer called base sketch. Okay, and I'm gonna lower the opacity of the skeleton for like around, I do 27% opacity because I can see it even if it's very light. All right, so now we are, oh wait, I saw that you're okay.
No.
All right, there we go. Okay. So right now we're gonna start with what I taught you about the eyes. Okay, we're gonna do the basic shape of the eyes that you want to do. Another thing that you want
if I just import the eyes I already did.
I mean, if you want to do it, you can do it. But
that's lazy. That's lazy. I need to practice.
Yeah. Something that you want to know about the eyes. Not a lot of people do this, but I like to teach it at least to keep it in mind. When you're doing the inner side of the eyes where the tear ducts are, you don't want to go past the corners of what the nose would be. Okay. So where the corners of the nose would end, that's where the eye would actually start. That is what proportionally works best. So in this case, I'm going to do kind of like almond eyes for the guy. Kind of like, there we go. All right. High corners of the eye. And then I just connect it right there.
I need to move my lines around a bit.
In what sense?
Let me fuck around, find out.
Okay. Actually, let me do something myself because this one is supposed to be on the skeleton one. Let me merge it down. Oh, I fucked that up. Whoopsies. There we go. And then merge down. I do yet another one for the base sketch. There we go. And then I can do this. Excellent. That's what I like. There we go. All right. Since we already have all the elements, the basic elements for the face, we can start adding like what I like to call the base sketch. So for me, at least, this is the way that I work it. It doesn't need to be this way because every artist, they do it on their own way, right? But at least with me, I like to have So I like to have the skeleton sketch, right? The skeleton sketch, right? Which is this one that we have right now. On top of that one, I like to do the base sketch. The base sketch, usually what it does is that it adds a little bit more detail, like just to have a rough idea on where or how these elements are actually going to be looking. This is where you define the eye shape. This is where you define the mouth. This is where you define the nose. If you want to add, I forgot to add the ears. So for the ears, you can do just 2 ovals on the side, like exactly where the eye and the nose are. That's basically where you want it. Yeah, because that's basically where our ears are. But the base sketch, I like to add, start defining a little bit more.
I'm gonna make an elf. Fuck it.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. I don't want to bother doing like perfectly round shapes.
Gotcha. And from the base skin, that's when you start like doing the basic kind of shapes like face, muscles, stuff like that. And then we have the detail sketch, right? Now, this sketch in specific is where you add everything else. The hair, if there are any face markings, if there's like a beauty mark on the face, stuff like that. If you want to add jewelry into it, the detailed sketch is where you do everything else. And I do homework, but hi Rina and Ace. Hey Wally, welcome. Pay attention to your homework.
Huh? Are you talking to me?
No, Wally, he just joined and he's doing homework.
That reminds me, I still need to do some homework later.
Okay. All right. So, with that being said, these are at least these 3 are my sketches. Those are my sketch layers. A lot of people do different sketches for different things. I do it myself when I'm doing a model in specific. I do the body sketch, and then I do the face sketch, and then I keep doing like hair sketches and all that. That's why it takes so fucking long, because you're doing literally one layer for every single detail that you want to do. But that's not the topic for today. The topic for today is how to draw in general. Let me erase this real quick. There we go. All right. So for the base sketch, this is where we're going to start defining the eyes. What you want to do is that you want to take where your eyes are, and that's like I was teaching you before. You start.
Let me adjust my eyes.
Okay. And this is where you start adding that detail. Shit. Ah, fuck. Okay, there we go. So, let's see. I said kind of like an almond, kind of. So, all right. And then, there we go. Fuck. All right, let me move myself a little bit. I do very rounded. I do very rounded shapes. Not a lot of people. Not a lot of people do this, but my art is more flowy than blocky, so there's a big difference there. Huge difference. I met someone in college that his style was very similar to DBC style. So his art style was rough. Like it was straight lines mixed with curved lines, and it was just a hot mess. Estoy prestando atención a mi tarea. Más te vale, coño. But yeah. So
I don't speak Taco Bell.
Oh my god. Also, this is where you want to do like a basic sketch of where the irises would be, right? That way you have it there. I don't know why, but I'm not liking that. There, let's change it. Let's use this side. There we go. So you don't do a perfect circle dog Taco Bell, yeah? Now, it's gonna look very weird. It's for this is for Ace, and not only for Ace, but for anybody in the chat that's interested in trying this. I entirely forgot my response because that was so funny. Well, baby, you got somebody in my chat losing it.
Well, I said,
yeah,
because I said I don't speak Taco Bell.
Yep.
Quiero Taco Bell.
God damn. Oh my god. But back to what I was saying before I forget.
Are you saying chalupa shaped eyes? Not Crunchwrap? Oh my god, we're talking like Taco Bell terms.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm a bit far behind, so because I was readjusting the eyes.
That's okay. That's okay, because right now the only thing that I've been doing is redefining the eyes a little bit and adding the iris to it.
Oh my god, circles! I can do circles.
That's that's something you're gonna have to practice a lot doing the circle. Stop making me laugh. Necesito hacer mi tarea. I mean, it's good to laugh while you're doing your homework. It makes it end faster. I have to go before I stop doing my homework. Okay.
You mentioned DBZ style. I feel like that's what I'm going towards actually right now, like unintentionally.
Let me double check what you're doing real quick so that I can. I mean, yeah, I see it. I definitely see it.
Fucking yeah.
Actually, that shape that you're drawing is actually very. It can also be used. I just do like more circular. Is there circular?
Who in DBZ has like a long elfish ears? There's a few.
I don't know anything about DBZ though.
I'm trying to think of like who this already looks like.
Bye,
I don't watch DBZ either, but I just know the characters.
I'll be honest, I cannot remember right now if there was even one like that.
Piccolo?
Piccolo?
Like a younger Piccolo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But when it comes to like pointy-eared.
Right.
Characters.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Holy shit.
But Piccolo, I think Piccolo has a huge fucking forehead, doesn't he?
Yes. Because he's bald. Isn't he bald? He's bald. Of course he has a big ass forehead.
Yeah.
All right.
But he's usually wearing the turban.
Yeah. I was about to say it in Spanish. You saved me from that just now. Okay. So, for my chat, also this is mostly for you. This is mostly for you, baby, because I know how fast you lose patience with certain things. With this part, with the base sketch, this is where I have to say it and I have to make it clear. You gotta trust the process. It may look a little bit weird. It may look a little bit out of place sometimes, but when you start adding the details, that's when everything starts taking shape. So you have to keep working on it and keep redefining and redefining.
I think I know that from drawing the eye.
Yes.
Hold on, if you guys haven't seen it, hold on. I'm actually gonna show off the eye that I did. So I already did a drawing yesterday.
Yep.
I thought it came out pretty good. Where is it?
It did for your first time. Yes, I have to admit.
Where's the fucking PSD?
Somewhere.
Here it is.
Didn't you save it on your computer?
Yeah.
Oh okay, my god.
So here's my reference. Obviously, it's like my own eye, right? That milk drew, and then this is. Let me move the sketch out of the way. There's like a sketch underneath that. There we go. And then that is. Well, these two are the ones I drew.
You can just turn them off. If you find the sketch one, you can just turn them off.
I did.
There we go.
I did that.
Yes. With the guidance that you needed, yes, you did it. All right. Okay, let me go back to seeing what you're doing so that I can keep an eye out on and track what you're doing. Okay. So actually, in this part, you're a little bit ahead because you already did the nose exactly how you wanted it. And you already did the line of the mouth how you wanted it. So in that case, I'm the one that needs to kind of keep up with that. So, a lot of people have different ways of doing the nose.
On a time limit.
Okay. A lot of people have different ways of doing the nose. The way that I do the nose, I just do the nostrils underneath because I take care of everything else by texturing and shading. So yeah, that's just my way of doing it. Let me do.
Oh, you know what this fucking looks like? Hold on. Like the shape and like the ears. Hold on. God damn it.
Okay. So if I turn this off, the skeleton off, Oh, I did this. I did it again. I did it in the wrong fucking layer. I always do this in the wrong fucking layer. I don't know why. That's gonna be the meme for my art streams. You did it in the wrong fucking layer. All right. So, for the nose, the way that I do it, I just do the nostrils, right here. And then for the mouth, I don't really do the line for the top lip, but I do the line for the bottom lip because the top lip is the same the same concept as my nose.
Me.
Bless you. Okay. I take care of the top lip by shading. So that's basically what I do. So if I turn off the skeleton, you're going to start to see how it's slowly coming along. And looks like a perfectly adult, very proportionally perfect adult face. All right. And from there, we're going to do the eyebrows. So like I said, the eyebrows, you want to do it in between these lines. It cannot go higher than that and it cannot go lower than that. So I start with the bottom line. So what I do, I just do kind of like a diagonal line upwards. And then I just drop it down a little bit with a little bit of an arc, right? That's the bottom one. And for the top one, I do it more in a squared shape because believe it or not, most eyebrows are squared shaped. And then I do the upper one the same way and then connect it very thin at the end. There you go. I'm going to have to fix that one later, but you know what? It works. Another thing that I personally like to do, I like to add the eyelids. So I just do like a little line here and a little line here. Done. That's it. No more than that. Sometimes I add another one over here, but for this one, I don't think I'm going to do that. So this is how the face is looking so far. Let me know where you're headed. Also, if you prefer doing the eyebrows as just a thin line, you can also do it. So that's another thing. All right. So from here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start sketching out the head and the ears. So for the ears, normally, like I follow the exact circle, but I add a little bit of detail on it, right? The ears are not a perfect circle. That's for sure. It's not a perfect oval either.
Right.
So you want to do it kind of like a little flap thing. And from there, like from the outer part, you want to do the inside, right? Now the inside follows very much like the top part. I
already did that, didn't I?
Yes, you did. This is where I say that that you did the you,
See,
you gotta step ahead.
I have some like intuition.
There you go. There you go.
Just follow my intuition.
Yes. Now, for the inside of the ear, everybody does it differently. So if you want like a more realistic one, I recommend studying like real life pictures. But normally I just do it very simple. I just like do this and I do this and that's the ear. That's it. No more than that. Done. You don't have to waste that much money. Time. Well, time is money. So yeah. And yeah. We're going to sketch out the top of the head because we're still not doing the hair.
Oh, right. Let me. Oh, I just. I'm gonna have to merge those. Yeah.
We got our bald. What name should we have for this? Hey chat, give me a name for this guy. Like Mannequin Kun, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Mannequin Kun.
Yeah. He's gonna be Mannequin Kun. He's gonna be our model for the rest of the art streams. Now, under the lower part of the ear that connects to the face. Honestly, I just do that line and I don't extend it a little bit higher, because if you extend it a little bit higher, it looks kind of weird. So just do a little curve and continue the face that way. And this is where you start sculpting the actual shape of the face. In this case, instead of doing this sharp corner right here, I'm gonna soften it out a little bit to give it kind of like this very, like, I think I should go, okay. This is where you start fixing shit, because I noticed an issue. So I was about to curve it out, and I noticed that I was gonna make the face a little bit thinner than I am intending with this. So what I do is that instead of following exactly what the skeleton has, I start getting a little bit creative and I start fixing it as I see fit. In this case, I need to extend it a little bit more and go underneath the sketch. Like, the line doesn't really match with the sketch, and that's totally fine. That's perfectly fine. Because when you finally, like, let me fix this a little bit, because me talking and drawing is not a great combination. So what I did there is basically that I started making it so that it makes sense. I didn't follow the skeleton to a T, because sometimes we do something with the skeleton, and when we start doing it on top of it, it looks kind of weird. It looks good as a basic shape, but then it doesn't look as good when you're refining those features. So if I turn this off, you're going to see that it actually looks like a very perfectly proportionate face. By that one little, by doing that one little tweak and not following the skeleton as is, it made the face actually perfect. And then from there, just do the lines of the neck. This is where you add a little bit more curve to it, and it curves more towards towards where it connects with the head. And then it kind of goes down a little bit straighter, right? We connect that over here, and we can turn this off. Something that I also like to do, especially when with male characters, is I like to draw this line on the neck just to redefine how strong of a neck guys have. But that's my personal preference. If you guys want to do it the same way, you can do it the same way. If not, you can leave it as is. But at least for me, when it comes to guys, I like to define those lines very, very much. It does a marvelous job. All right. So now we have our bald model Kun. I'm gonna change the name to model Kun, and then the female is gonna be model Chan. Let me see what you have so far. There we go. There we go. I think the line, you're doing it a little bit on the wrong side. Do exactly that line, but on the other side. Nope.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I see that
on the
you're
other
doing.
Side.
Yeah.
I'm just like throwing the line.
There you go.
Until it's
perfect.
Looks how I want it. I don't know how wide or narrow I want it to be.
Got it.
I think I'll just go with that.
Okay, fair. Now, if you turn off the skeleton sketch, you're gonna see how much cleaner.
My layers are screwed, so yeah.
Okay, so you weren't following what I was doing. Gotcha.
Well, you're. Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to be working on the detailed sketch. Now, this is where you actually define it how you're supposed to define it. Okay. This is where the eyes look exactly how you want them to look. This is how you start, slowly but surely, adding those details, thickening out the lines, thinning out the lines where they need to be. and getting this sketch ready for line work. We're not gonna touch line work today because line work takes a lot of fucking time. Okay. Line work is by far it's the best and the worst part of drawing. Because yeah, Nuggets throwing hands with Volcana, but hasn't even killed Nargacuga yet. Now that's speedrun. Volcana. She was annoying as shit when I was doing it. Actually, okay, let me do something. So again, don't do what I'm doing because you're gonna regret it. But I'm gonna start adding like more detail to the eyes on the base sketch, so that when I do the detailed sketch, I just have to focus on, you know, I just have to focus on the details that I want to add. So, also, something that I like to do just to make sure that I'm doing it correctly, when I'm going to do the little corner peak of the eyes, I like to draw a little line from the inside of the eye, just like this. Because that way I know exactly how long this, like how thick this eye is going to be. It helps out a lot. I like it. Not a lot of people do it, but it's a good thing to use when you're learning to draw, so that you get how far off you actually want those eyes to be. And then from there, what I start doing, I start shaping the eye to my content. Like, I just do it however I want to do it. Usually I do like the little lash on the front as well, but that's a design choice. Not everybody does it. So, like, I just add it because it makes sense to me. Some animes, like most animes out there, they're starting to do it now, but the 90s anime did not do it. So, in this case, like, if you try it and you're like, yeah, I like this shit, go ahead and keep it. If you don't like it, just like erase it, you know. When it comes to the eyes with the guys, you're gonna notice when I go to the female sketch that the eyes for the guys are thinner than the females, because let's be honest, in real life this is a coping mechanism for females. Guys in real life have better eyelashes than we do, and I'm definitely not coping here, but it's a little bit upsetting. So we cope by drawing the eyelashes on female characters and just doing thinner eyelashes for the guys. So yeah. Now, the lower lid is actually very easy because I just do kind of like a little triangle, like I thicken it out on the outer corner, and then the rest of it is just a thin line. It's easier that way. Way easier. I redefine the iris a little bit. That way we can see. And also, this is where, like, in redefining this, if you don't know how to draw the pupils inside of the iris yet, you can definitely go ahead and draw it yourself. In this case, like, let's say you want it in a circle, you do that. And that's how you know where the iris is going to be. In my case, I already know where it's going to be. So I just do it when I color and texture and add the things. But if you're still not entirely sure of where you want the pupils to be, you can definitely draw it onto the sketch. And that way you can go ahead and whenever you're coloring or whatever, you can use that as the reference and then erase it afterwards. So, like I said, we're going to be starting with the detailed sketch now. So this is where we start doing the hair and everything in between. Now, I'm going to give a little rule of thumb here.
I think just a heads up, might like try to find a stopping point in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I have like 20 minutes left.
Got it. Okay, so the detailed sketch, this is where, this is exactly where you start adding the hair and other details as well. So something that normally you would get taught is that if you're doing the hair on top of one eye, then you do not draw the eye on the line art or this detailed sketch. That way, when you do the line art, it makes sense, because of course, when you're covering your eye with your hair, the point is that the people don't see that eye. The same rule applies to drawings. If you want the eyes to be seen, then you either do like you draw underneath the line work of the sketch of the hair, or like if you don't want them to be seen, you just draw the hair and then you avoid drawing the eye when you're sketching this out. Or I don't know what kind of hairstyle I'm gonna give Model Kun. Honestly, I have no idea. So, you know what? Let's give him the usual, you know, the fuckboy kind of, the usual, like, main character syndrome hairstyle, at least for me. Now that I'm gonna do this, something very important that you want to do is that you want to draw the hairline. Now, with the hairline, you do kind of like a little squared line very close to the ears, and then you drag it up. And what you want to do is then take it from here and do kind of like a slightly curved line until it meets in the middle. And that's where your hairline is going to be. As you can see, the forehead is not too big, but it's also not too small. And this is very good because it frames that face perfectly. So when you start doing the details, you can use this hairline as a way of a guide on where to properly place the chunks of hair for the hairstyle that you want to use. In this case, since I'm going to do something very simple, let's just lift it up here and I'm going to drag it down a little bit. There we go. And you just keep styling or doing whatever style of hairstyle you want to go for. In this case, I'm going to do something very symmetrical, even though I hate doing symmetrical hair. I hate it. I don't like symmetrical hair for shit. So we got the bangs. Something that you definitely have to do is that when you're doing this part, you can see the hairline and you want to kind of like sketch out, not entire lines, but kind of like little triangles here and there. And that will definitely tell you where that hairline is, right?
The vents.
Yes. You have them in your model, right. So...
I don't.
Am I going too fast?
I am not. No, I'm not confident in drawing hair at all.
You want to copy the style that I'm doing right now? Just to get an idea?
I don't even know if I can.
Okay, so, I mean, you were doing good. Try just doing the middle part first and extending it out. Because it's better to do it from the very center outwards. That way you have like the face framing a little bit better. There you go. That's good enough. That one is good. Let's see. That's good. That looks really good.
Then you like.
So using the hairline guide, there you go. That's perfect right there. All right. Oh, my music just stopped. I'm great at this shit. Oh, Nightcore. I haven't heard that in a while. There we go. Okay. So, my God. I noticed that I've been mostly quiet when it comes to certain things. Just wait. When I'm waiting. Okay. I normally like to do longer types of hair, right? I am not by any means good at drawing short hair. I suck at it. I admit my weak points, but that doesn't mean I'm not practicing. On the contrary, I've been trying to practice short hair in my off time, trying to get it to work, and it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. As you said, there's a little bit of a trick when it comes to doing short hair, because you got to make sure that it doesn't look too puffy, but that it doesn't look too short, depending on the hairstyle. All right.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hmm?
Nothing.
Okay, so you're almost there. I'm gonna get to the next point. So, what you want to do before you continue doing the hair, you want to draw the facial features again in the same layer as the hair. That way, everything starts making sense when you do the line art. For the eyebrows, I like to do a couple of lines here and there. It's not gonna look like it in this sketch because the hair is already covering it, but usually I do like 4 or 5 hairs, like lines showing the hair of the eyebrows, and then I do the complete line to do the whole eyebrow. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna be sketching it out. There we go. And then basically what you do, you just go over what you have already done. Refine it, add those details that you wish to add. And then after adding the details that you want to add, that's when you complete the hair. But you definitely want to do the bangs first. That way you know exactly I lost my train of thought there. Great. But basically what you want to do is that you are getting this specific sketch is going to be ready for line art. All right. Let me do something. There we go. So basically what I'm doing right now, I am refining whatever features. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are still in the sketching process. So it doesn't have to be like perfect. You just got to know where everything is. And after that, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be ready for lining. But again, lining is not going to be today. That is a whole can of worms that needs a lot of time to learn. Because lining is not easy whatsoever. Also, in the detail sketch, this is where you decide if you want to change certain things. Like right now, I changed the angle of the smile. So I just did it right now because I'm like, okay, I want him smiling a little bit more. There we go. Did you get stuck, baby? You know what? Let's add some piercings to this guy. I'm going to add piercings to him because I'm obsessed with piercings right now. Totally not because I have some piercings myself. All right. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do kind of like a square and a circle here. There we go. Just me. And as you can see, it's starting to take a very nice shape. It is starting to have some redefining features. Let me go ahead and do this. And last but not least, I'm gonna go for let's add a little choker to this guy, right? Making him as emo as it can be. Because yes, emo boys. All right, we do the choker right here. We finish this. That's another thing. When you're doing jewelry and stuff like that, jewelry is sitting on top of the skin. So you definitely want to make it look like it's actually sitting on top of the skin instead of merging with the skin. A lot of people draw, when they're starting to draw, they do it like they just do the inside lines and they keep going. I highly advise against this. It makes the drawing look very, very simple and very, very what's the word that I'm looking for? Like not basic. No. Very flat. That's the word that I was looking for. So the details that you want to add to your drawings, clothing, jewelry, you know, if there's kind of like a specific texture that's on the skin, but it's not part of the skin, you definitely want to add that little bit of dimension so that it doesn't look flat. A lot of people do this, and honestly, it irks me so bad because I'm like, do the dimension, please. Just a little bit more, a little extra line, and that would look so much perfect. So much more perfect, you know? Okay. That's a little rant from an artist that has been drawing all her life. All right.
I think I should end here though.
Okay. All right, baby.
Alright, so I'm gonna dip real quick.
All right. I'm gonna keep doing my class here because I definitely want to finish. I definitely want to finish at least the guy, right? And I'll start with the female right after I finish this. So for the rest of the hair, since I'm gonna do short hair, and symmetrical hair. So I'm gonna do some ahogas, but the ahogas are not gonna be sitting right on top of the skull, right? So in this case, what I'm gonna do it a little bit higher, you know? There we go. Just a tiny bit higher. Right there, right? And that's all I need. So, and then from there, I can just start adding the details of the hair. With the hair, you definitely just want to go for whatever makes you comfortable. I like doing it a little bit puffier on the sides because, like, doing it close to the head, it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit weird. Unless the character has a buzz cut, then you definitely want to avoid making it so close to the. You want to avoid making it so close to the head. There we go. And there we go. That would be the basic sketch for the hair. Not gonna lie, Model Kun is looking quite hot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He looks like one of those bad boys that everybody warns you about. Let's add a little bit more hairs here and there just to have some dimension to it. That looks weird. You know what? Let's leave it like that. And this is another thing. Like, if you want to add some details here and there, you can do so. And it's a trial and error, right? Since we're not doing the line work, it's a trial and error. And you definitely kind of like keep trying. You look at it. If you don't like it, you delete it. If you want to add something else, you add it again. If it doesn't work out, you delete it again. Simple as that. So we have Model Kun right here, right? Let me turn it off real quick. So we have Model Kun right here, right? There we go. So Model Kun is done, right? We're gonna be doing Model Chan now. So what this means is that we're gonna be doing the female counterpart of the female counterpart for this class in specific. Took me an hour and 25 minutes to do this because I was I was taking some breaks, but Model Chan should be a little bit faster. I specialize in drawing females, so this is definitely my forte. Also, I already showed you the basics with Model-kun, so I'm gonna do it in my style now, the way that I personally draw it. Let's change the color to like a magenta or something like that. That way we see the difference between the two, right? We're gonna go a little bit lower, and we're gonna start with the circle. For I completely forgot that I have the thing. There we go. We're gonna start with the circle. I did that circle so fucking bad. There we go. All right, here we go. So, over here, like, since I'm gonna do it in my style, like I already explained to you guys, how to do the basic stuff. What I'm gonna do it in my speed, and I'm gonna do it in my way. That way you guys see basically how I work things out. And I will be pointing differences as I keep drawing. Why? Because there are definitely certain differences. For example, right now, I did that, right? Since I'm using symmetry, I don't really need the guides. Hey, Libra! Welcome. I'm giving a drawing class. It's an art class. We're doing anime faces. And I'm doing my style, but if you're following and you want to do it in your style, you can do it in your style. Let me show you. Like, we got Model-kun. We just finished him. And now we're going with Model Chan, which is the female counterpart for this for this class. So if you can see, there's a clear difference right now. Okay, there we go. That looks very small, but actually I can move this part. Now that I think about it, I can move it side by side. That way you guys can see the differences that I'm gonna be talking about. I'd have to renew my Adobe. I'm only using Adobe because I have Ace with me. He got his new tablet and he's learning how to draw, right? So right now he only has Photoshop. But I stopped using Photoshop a long time ago, ever since I got Clip Studio Paint, and now I exclusively use either CSP or Procreate on my iPad. That's basically, that's what I do. Like, I barely use Photoshop. Actually, let me do something, because I just made a stupid. So remember how I told you guys to do. Do you remember how I told you guys to do a layer for literally everything? I didn't do that. So what I'm gonna do that. There we go. I only use Illustrator and another one. I can't remember the name of. There's a lot. I have used from Adobe. I have used Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere, Flash, which is now called Animate, and another one that I completely forgot, but it was another one for digital art and all that good shit. All right. So let's go back. Let me do this real quick so that I can show you guys a couple of differences that I do when I'm drawing male and female. When I'm doing male and female characters, there are a lot of differences. Okay. For example, the shape of the face. Let me move the skeleton real quick so that you can see something. You know what? Let's just make this a little bit big. I just fucked that up. Okay. So I want to do. Okay. Let me delete this. Let me erase this. Okay. So I'm gonna do it in the same size, but I'm gonna show you guys little by little, like, the differences of of both of male and the female. Okay. I when I have this side by side, it doesn't really work out the way that I want to. Okay. There we go. That is close enough. That works for me. Okay. So I use Illustrator and Lightroom. I just remember. So hypothetically, how much are your comes for illustrations? Hypothetically speaking, prices will definitely depend on what kind of scenery or what kind of scene is going on, right? Dynamic poses are definitely a little bit more complicated than doing like a still pose. Still poses are basically like the A pose or the T pose. Dynamic poses require a lot of bending of the shapes and a lot of playing around with the body type and everything. A good example that I can give you, let me do that right now. Okay, so that is not what I wanted to open, but you know what? That's fine by me. Why did it go over there? Shit. Okay. So let me give you a couple of examples, right? So let me open this real quick. Lightroom. I use Lightroom and Illustrator and Lightroom. I only use Photoshop for like minor changes to my photos. Most of my photography work is raw with very little editing. Now, here's the thing. Like, I know how photographers work. I don't know how you guys do it, but you guys do it amazingly. Massive respect for that. You guys make everything look perfect with those pictures. Okay. So what I'm talking about, the A pose and T pose right now, this model, I did her quite a while ago, right? And this was very easy because most of her things are very, very symmetrical. So I only needed to use the symmetry tool. And she has a very still pose, which is the A pose right now, which is basically how she has her arms to the sides, just resting normally. If you were gonna use a T pose, it basically like extends the arms to the side, like straight, basically making a T or a cross. So doing these are very simple because you only need symmetry. But if you're about to use, you know, if you want to do like a dynamic pose or something like that, let me see if I find something. You're seeing, okay, there we go. So this is something that I was working on, but I never completed. So you see the difference here. Like, I changed how the face is looking towards where the face is looking. I changed how the body is turning. So with illustrations, even though it's a very simple, very still one, it still takes a lot of time to get that pose quite right. And although if I hypothetically were going to start doing commissions like this, in which you have a dynamic pose, I wouldn't charge that much because illustrations like this, you only have a little bit of a rough time with the basic position, and then after you got the pose done, you just go into it, right? So you don't have to worry about having like 1,000 layers just for one thing. Like at most you have like 100 and something. If you want more details, you add more layers. But in reality, the workflow is a lot faster because you're doing just one illustration with no movement, meant for just staying there. But if I were to give a price, I would give an estimate of at least $50 starting out. And that is because of the way that I do my art. Like, I am not doing just anime. I'm not adding solid colors and slapping cell shading into it. I add details, I add texture, I add lighting. So for me, At least, like, since I put this much love into my drawings, I would at least start it at 50, and depending on how complicated it is, I will raise that price. But I would normally do, hey, base price would be like $50. But I will need to have a consultation with you to see what you want, and that way I can give you an estimate price on how much I think it would cost. So that's another thing. But enough about that one, at least. Just so you know, like, that's something that I would think about in the future. I'll be quite honest, I haven't thought about it because dynamic poses are not exactly my forte. I do them all right, but they're not my forte. Like, it's hard for me to come up with a completely original dynamic pose for me to commit to. Like, I always find something wrong with that. So, and I use a lot of reference pictures. One of the reasons I don't do photography professionally anymore is because I would frequently get migraines from stress when working. It took a toll on my mental health. I mean, truthfully speaking, when it comes to photography, I know that you guys go through a lot because the clients are just terrible. But if you loved what you were doing, I would definitely say keep going at it. Don't let it beat you down. I don't let. I'll be honest. Sometimes I get frustrated with my art. That's a fact. But at the same time, art for me is, it's kind of like a release from the real world. As weird as that sounds, it's a release from the real world, and I enjoy what I'm doing, even if it gets frustrating. I love it. I live it. It's my essence. It's my soul, and I am not gonna let frustrations and stress remove that part of my soul. If you want to take something out of this, I would say, like, take that break for as long as you need to. Do it as a hobby. If it generates you some money, it generated you some money, whatever. But look at it as what it is. Look at it as, as that one passion that you have, as that one thing that it's your soul. It's your essence. It's your being. It's who you are. So never ever give up on something that makes you happy because it's causing you stress. I've learned that good things, or the things that are worth it, they do not come easy. They definitely do not come easy. And it sucks in a way, right? But it's the truth. Like, it I don't know how to say it, because it's such an intense feeling when you when you have a passion and then you're facing all these hardships. But that's the thing. It's a journey. It's an adventure. It's something that you learn how to deal with it, and then you see the results. You see the fruits of your hard work, and then you're like, God damn, that looks fucking awesome. With my art, I do the same. I'm constantly trying to better my art day by day, because even if it's hard, sometimes I find a way to actually get over it, and it works out. And I'm like, whoa, I did it. I managed to do it. Like, this looks super cool, and I'm super happy. And I never gave up on that, because I love my art. I love it. Let's go back to this a little bit, because as you can see, I have done the skeleton for model Chen. Okay. Now, a few differences that I want you to notice, right? First of all, how big and how long the face is. So for females, we have a smaller frame. That is a fact, right? So you want softer features, you want smaller features, And you want like more delicate features as well. As you can see right now, the lines on Model Kun for the skeleton are very, very rough. You know, they're very straight and whatever. And for the female, you're starting to look a little bit more triangular, maybe a little bit softer than the male counterpart, right? Another thing that I want to make sure of is that, yes, I gotta do it real quick. So for the female, I like to make the eyes a little bit bigger because it shows how expressive it is. And it gives also that sense of femininity that females have. And you're going to also see that I'm going to add a lot more lashes. That's an obvious thing. Let me go ahead and do it. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and do the sketch for the line, for the nose and everything. Because this is exactly how I do my art, right? I just go ahead, I put the nose, and once I put the nose, I instantly know where everything else is, right? The mouth is also smaller, but the lower lip is a little bit fuller than the guys, than Model Kun. So that's exactly what you're gonna do. This one is quite not working out how I want it to work out. There we go. There we go. And also, something that you're going to notice is that the mouth to chin ratio, my English is not working today. The mouth to chin ratio for the male is way bigger than the female, okay? Again, females have a softer, like smaller frame. So those features need to be very, very clear when you're drawing a male versus a female. Let's give her like doe eyes. Let's give her big expressive eyes, right? That way you guys can see that like cute girl, you know. There you go. Since it's a basic one, I don't really care that much, but I want to fix it a little bit because I did a boo-boo there. So this is where, like, this is why doing the sketches in different layers works out perfectly. Because right now I'm fixing all this and I run the risk of erasing something that I don't want to erase. So I gotta be very, very careful with this shit, and I hate it with a passion. If I were to do this normally, I would do like the face sketch on another layer, but since we're just learning here, I'm not gonna be doing all that shit. Okay, let me fix the eyes a little bit. Okay, so that's not working. We try that again, you know? It's just that I want more expressive eyes. I want to try doing it like more expressive eyes right now. That way you guys can see the difference between the male and female gaze. I'm trying very hard right now. Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit better. I could try to make it a little bit bigger. Let's do this real quick. Okay. Oh, oops. And there we go. This is where my... I'm always doing this shit. Why? Okay. So this is where you need to be careful, right? Because since everything is in a single layer, like whatever you choose is definitely gonna move. Okay, there we go. Perfect. That's the size that I was looking for. All right. I will definitely be fixing this sketch as I keep going. But this is the like I always say, this is basically what you want to do when you're doing the shape, right? Also, as you can see, I did the eyes a little bit bigger. She kind of looks like an alien right now. I'm so sorry about that. But as you can see, this is basically how it is. Like the eyes for the females are a little bit softer, more curvy, a little bit bigger as well. I'm doing another almond shape, but in the female version. So you can definitely see that. We got that. We can start. Let me do the ears as well, because The ears, it's the same thing as the guys. Like, just do it where the eyes and the between the eyes and the nose, and that you're gonna be just fine. Okay. So we're gonna do another one. I'm gonna do F base sketch. This is gonna be for the face itself. All right. So I always start, like I said, I always start with the nose, because once you get the nose down, everything else just falls into place exactly where it's supposed to be. And that's exactly what you want. Like, you want everything to be proportionally okay. Because you don't want it to look like a frog or anything like that. If you're doing a human, you want to keep doing a human, right? And this is where the fun starts, because I'm gonna start making the basic shapes for everything. And I'm just gonna do it like in the way that I am so used to doing. Another thing, the lashes on the female, they're gonna the lashes on the female version, they're gonna get out of the face frame itself, but that's just the way that I do things. You don't necessarily need to do that, but in my case, in my style, it works out because it like kind of gives that one thing, you know. It kind of gives me that that expression, you know, gives me those lashes, those beautiful ass lashes, right? Let me go ahead and do it real quick. There we go. Now, the eyes are going to start very, I'm not going to lie, the eyes for the female, they start very thin, and then I keep thickening them out until I find it very pleasant to me. I do the little lash over here. Now, this lash, I do it specifically for the females, especially when they have this very innocent, very cute look. And I do a little curve instead of doing the straight thing. That's where it changes. So as you can see, it's very thin. Let me connect this part real quick. There we go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start thickening out this line right here. That way it gives us that beautiful feminine touch that we're looking for. Right? Okay. But still keeping the integrity of the size of the eyes. And I fixed this a little bit because I'm noticing that it looks a little bit strange. Right? There we go. And then I'm going to add it. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to add it either way. Let's do the little eyelash. Let's do the little eyelashes here, like the cute ones. Right? There we go. We got some cute, adorable lashes on that top eyelid. Well, top lash, because in reality, all this is called lashes, but the mini lashes here, like, you know. Now, for the lower part of the eyes for the female, I like to do like this little flick, this little extra mini lash right there, because it just gives this sort of dimension to the eye. There we go. And then from there, we add the irises. The irises for the females are definitely going to be way bigger. Everything, when it comes to the eyes on the females, everything is bigger. Like, and it adds, like, there we go. There we got it. We're going to add the eyelids. For this one, I actually do. For the female, I'm actually going to do it because, you know, it looks cute. And for the eyelash, the eyebrows, where I'm gonna add a softness to it, but this one I'm not gonna do too squared up. The eyebrows on the females, like, they tend to round up a little bit more, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do right here. There we go. And it adds this. Let me do it a little bit longer on this side. There we go. And there you go. Now you have basically the same expression, the same neutral expression. Now we are going to do the ears. With the females, like the shape is basically the same, just a little bit less defined than than the males. Let me grab Model Kun right here. Model Kun, where are you? We need you. Come with me, please. All right. So let's put them side by side again. Right? I want you guys to see all the differences when I'm doing all this. Okay? So I'm going to put it side by side. You can see here that I did kind of like a more pronounced little corner on the ear of Model Kun. But when it came to Model Chan, I did it a little bit softer, a little bit curvier. Again, when it comes to females, the lines tend to be a little bit curvier, a little bit softer. When it comes to guys, the lines are a little bit more chiseled. They tend to be a little bit more defined because that's a basic difference between the two. Now, this is only for basic learning, right? Because when you start getting the practice in and you start getting better at designing characters, you start interchanging them, and that way you make even more designs, right? Let's say you want to make a very masculine woman, you start adding a little bit more chisel while still retaining that that softness to it, just to make it look like she's still a woman, but she's just a little bit stronger than your average woman, right? If you want to do what we call a femboy, then you soften out his features and you make the eyes bigger, you make the eyes a little bit more expressive, rather than doing it like so subtle like the one that Model Kun has, right? And as you keep learning how to do a lot of things, like that's when you start developing also your style, your personal style, which is also something that I encourage you. So something that I want to explain real quick before I continue doing this, right? I most definitely want you guys to, as you keep learning how to do this, I want you guys to also develop your own style. Use whatever, let's say, like in my case, like I said at the beginning, my males, they tend to turn more towards the bleach style, with the long faces, the very thin eyes, and all that stuff. Find an artist or an art style from an anime, anything at all, that you definitely like, and you start learning how to do it. And as you learn how to do it, you perfect it, and then you start adding like a little bit of your own touch to it. So giving it that touch starts making it your own style. If I dare to say so myself, my style, I really haven't, I've seen something very, very similar, but nobody does it quite like I do it. And that's because I made it so that I retained like a sense of signature with my own style. If you have seen other artists like Sakimi-chan or stuff like that, she did it in her own, and she started doing anime like everybody, but then she started adding a little bit more like her own thing. She started texturing a little bit more and whatever, and now Sakimi-chan has the style that we all recognize and that we all love and look up to. She was a source of inspiration for me at some point, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I want you guys to understand that as you learn how to draw, please develop yes, follow tutorials if you find tutorials out there, but also, like as you do those tutorials, start developing like, oh, I saw this and I would like to try how it looks. So you try it out. And if you're like, this doesn't feel quite like something I would do, then you start fixing it, right? And little by little, you start developing that signature art style that it's gonna say, anybody that sees it, it's like, oh, that's this guy's art style, Like whenever you see some Sakimi-chan style, you instantly recognize it. If you see Vibsy Pops, that style is hers and hers alone, and you instantly recognize it. If you instead want to become one of those artists that they can match any style, that's also very good because you have way more tools, way more stuff to do with your own art. But developing your own is also like, it's something I highly recommend that you do. All right, let's do the neck real quick. Because I keep talking and I kind of forget how to. I forget I need to talk and draw at the same time. Okay. Here we go. This is the base for Model Chan. As you can see, I did the hairline a little bit higher, not leaving a lot of the bald head. Because again, like, we're doing two very like anatomically different genders. So here we go. You can see the difference between the two right there. Model Chan's design is a little bit softer, rounder, like more curved lines, versus Model Kun that has more chiseled, more straight lines, not as much curve as, as what you would usually see. I kind of want to move the eyes down for Model Chan, or maybe I can bring the nose and everything up. I don't know. Let me do it. Let me fix it. I'll fix it. Hold up. Because I'll be honest, sometimes I see certain things. No, that's definitely not gonna work. It's not gonna fly. I think I should lower the eyes. Let me choose the eyes instead. You see, this is where everything starts becoming a little bit of an issue, right? Because when you need to move shit, like, it's good to do it like as you're drawing, but it becomes so fucking annoying to do so too, especially when you're doing everything in a single layer. That's when everything just becomes a This is why I reiterate, guys, use layers for everything that you want to do. Everything, okay? Like, you know what? Let's make it a little bit funny. Like, I'm gonna make oh, oopsies. Okay, let me turn up the symmetry. So I'm gonna write it real big here, okay? Make layers for everything. Okay. The G is right there. Okay, for everything. Okay, make layers for everything. If you want to do the face, do the face. If you want to do the head in a separate layer. Okay, but make layers for literally everything that you want to do. That way you don't go through what I had to go through, that I just had to carefully select what I needed to move. Okay. Jokes aside, let's continue. All right. So now that we have the base, we can do the detail sketch for the female. Also, another thing, if you're going to start digital art, do what I'm doing right now. Label everything. Label literally everything. That way you're not looking like you don't only see layer 1, layer 2, and then you don't know exactly what everything is. In my case, if I see layer 1 and layer 2, I instantly think that it's either the background or some element that doesn't have that much importance. Okay, so that's another thing. All right, so let's go ahead and do, so we're gonna do the same style and everything. We're gonna be doing everything the same. So it's basically, we're gonna take what we did with Model Kun and we're gonna do it in a female sort of way, right? So with the female, the hair definitely gets a little bit puffier, gets a little bit more detailed than the guys, but it works all the same, right? But with females, you definitely want to. I should probably lower that a little bit more. Yeah, I should probably do that. There you go. I don't want to lower it too much though. There we go. So perfect. Let me see something real quick. Okay. You're gonna see that I'm gonna be comparing it a lot, because with the female I definitely do different things. I don't do the same with the females. So we got that, right? We're gonna do just a couple of lines here, and then we're gonna do the solid line for the eyebrows. And again, like how I do it, I'm gonna do the details on the eyes and everything, but I'm gonna cut it off where the hair is laying. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye out on. And again, this is what I got taught, but if you want to do like the transparency kind of thing that we see in anime, you can do it as well. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just depending on the style that you're trying to go for. Then you start making these choices, right? I usually, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I usually do not do the transparency because I don't like it. Like, I've been doing it lately, and if I'm gonna be completely honest, I kind of want to stop doing it because it doesn't feel right to me. Like, for some reason, it doesn't feel right to me, you know? So I kind of want to stop doing it. Man, I am proud to say that this first lesson has been a complete success. Like I said, this is going to be the first VOD that I'm actually going to save immediately, like right after I finish stream. I'm going to go ahead and save it so that I can post it on my YouTube channel. That way, if anybody at all wants to go back to, let's say that you want to start practicing as well, that way you guys can go back to my not tutorial, but my art class, and you can practice as much as you can. Now, something else that I want to point out, this is just like the very start of it, just so you have an idea on where things go. I'm gonna be going in depth with other details like eye shapes, mouth shapes, noses, all that stuff, but one step at a time. Like I said, this is lesson number 1. This is just to give you guys like the general, more of a general kind of thing. If you're starting out, if you want to start out to learn how to draw, or if you're interested on how certain artists do things, that this is also a very good way of seeing it. Like, if you like seeing artists work, this is also like watching classes is also very good, because that way you see how everybody works, and you're gonna start noticing that a lot of people work very, very different. I'm pretty sure that if I get an artist here that they do a whole different style, they're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, God damn, she's doing something wrong. Or they're probably gonna be like, oh, I didn't think about doing it like that. It's a learning process. I like watching other people do kind of like speed paint, because it teaches me how other people's workflow goes. And I'm like, oh, I want to try that, you know? Let's see. Let me do the choker, because we're gonna do the choker again. There we go. We got our emo looking model chan right here. There we go. Just the small lines here. There we go. And then I'm going to do exactly what I did with Model Kun. I'm going to do the ahoges. I was about to fuck that. I'm not going to lie. I was about to say something else. Okay? Not going to lie. I was about to slip up and say something else. So, yep. I always have to think whenever I'm about to say that word, because just I always confuse it with the other word. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say it out loud, you know. All right. So there we go. As you can see, I'm doing the hair for the female a little bit flowier, a little bit longer, but just a tiny bit, not that much, because it's supposed to be like the same hairstyle and everything. There we go. That looks like Sailor Mercury for some reason. All right. So here we go. We have Model Chan and Model Kun. Let me write this down real quick over here. Let me put the symmetry off. Model Chan. There we go. All right. So you can see them both over there. We got Model Kun at the top, and we got Model Chan at the bottom. Same thing. I'm gonna put them side by side so you can guys see the differences. That way, I mean, let me. Okay. Let me duplicate them, because in case that yeah, sure, whatever. Sometimes I don't even bother sometimes, because sometimes it's a little bit annoying. There we go. Let me turn this one off and this one off. All right. And let me turn this off as well. Let me move Model Kun over here, and let me move Model Chan over here. Okay, let me zoom in. Here you guys go. Model Kun and Model Chan completed. You can see the differences between the two. Okay. The male has definitely like sharper features. The female has softer features. But yeah, this is basically how I personally do art. Like you saw with Model Chan, that I just skipped a lot of shit that I did with the male model. But again, since I was teaching the steps for the male model, doing it with the female model, like you can do it with the steps that I said, or you can do it the way that I did, which I don't recommend, because honestly, that's yeah. It's a little bit irresponsible, and you have to be moving things, elements here and there. But here you go. I really hope that you guys liked this my first attempt at teaching. I do know that I did a little bit terrible when it comes to keep talking. But I will definitely get better at it. Again, it's my first time. As I said, this VOD is definitely going to be available as soon as possible. I'm going to be downloading it as soon as I end stream. That way you guys get to see. And I'm also going to be posting on my Discord this specific picture. I'm going to be posting it on Discord. That way you guys see like the differences. And if you want to use it as reference to practice more, you can definitely do so. All right. So we are done with that. Let me see something real quick. I'm everywhere right now. Man, and I'm ending right when one of my favorite songs is playing. Okay. There we go. All right. So we don't have anybody. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody that I can rate right now. Also, we are under the threshold of people that I want to rate. So again, this has been my first art class lesson with the faces. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream today. And as I always say, I will be recommend. Oh, never mind. Yeah, like I usually. So here's the thing. I usually have like a threshold of people. I'm not gonna say the exact number, but I like to have kind of like a certain amount of people watching the stream in order to rate. So that's exactly what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna keep it like if I have the amount of people watching, then we rate. If not, then I will not be rating. So we're just ending right now. Let me do something real quick before we go. If you have not already, feel free to join my Discord. I give updates on when I'm gonna be going live, and I give updates on other stuff as well. I'm gonna be posting this on my Discord as well. That way you guys can get to see this way you guys can see well what we did today as well. So there you go. But with all that being said, thank you so much everybody for joining me today, and as I always say, I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.